What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Keys Customs. We are working on the convertible today. I forgot. The quarter windows don't work. Don't you want to ride around, baby doll, with your top down and your two little back windows up?
No, I hate that. I know why they do it, though, because they don't work, but still, I hate that.
Yes, I forgot about this, y'all. We were supposed to have done this last week before I got sick. But anyway, you can turn the key on and you can work the window switches and you can hear the motors turning, but the windows are not doing anything. There's a plastic gear inside that window motor, and those things get brittle, dry rotted, bust, and break out. But I know a little trick that you can do to them, as long as the motors are still working, to fix them without having to buy new motors. So hopefully that's going to be the case with these. But you got to pull the bottom seat, the upper seat, both of these panels out. This car has speakers right here, and this is like a 1 year only with this window switch.
I think it was 90 and 91 only.
Think so?
Yeah, because we was trying to find either one at the time.
So if we break these, we'll probably never find any more, because we had to. Where did we find these? eBay years ago?
Nah, I think we looked up on them other than that. I don't remember.
So they were white.
The trim shop had made me some that were
but
not pretty.
Yeah. So the trim shop made her some new ones when they redone her interior, when her mama had her interior redone for her Christmas present all those years ago. But somehow, along the way down the road, I come across a parts car or somebody
Yeah, I think it was
that had those, and we just scuffed them and painted them black and put them in here. So we got to be careful and try not to break these pieces right here, because they are like trying to find hen's teeth. They are hard to find. But anyway, y'all stick around. I'm going to snatch these out real quick and pull these motors out and show y'all what we're dealing with, hoping these motors can be patched up with my little trick. What do you think the inside of this is going to look like?
I don't know. Only I've ever seen inside one.
Well, it's either going to be a bunch of ground up plastic mess, or I don't know. I'm curious to see myself. That'll only go one way, screw there. Okay.
Lord, how long is the bolt?
Pretty long. Get a Phillips head. It's hot, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
What's up?
There's our problem right there.
What is that?
Hang on just a minute.
What are those?
Somebody has replaced this motor.
Okay.
Sure has. So this goes in here. And so you have these right here. They're kind of plastic. It has a different style from the factory. This motor, this ain't the original motor. I bet the people that we bought the car back from had this motor changed. And see, them were laying in there like that.
How are they supposed to be laying in there sitting up?
Yeah, they're supposed to. This actually needs a little grease in here, and they're supposed to be in there like this.
Right.
And what happens is, see, that's kind of like a cam.
Right.
When those are in there, that gets in between and won't let this spin. Because most time on these in the past, yeah, this is an aftermarket motor. This is,
Is that good or bad?
well, I mean, it's working. But see, it keeps them from sliding around. And most time, all this right here is busted and broke. And normally these are destroyed and gone. So this was popping and slipping. So these are given right here.
Okay.
So take these right here and put one in each corner right there. Me and my clumsy fingers. And you got to time that. Just let me give me a little pick. See how that sit in there?
Mm-hmm.
All right. See how solid that is now?
Mm-hmm.
There's no movement, no giving, no movement. So those nuts are not going to dry rot. They're not going to. See how those have done lost their shape and they're all kind of crooked and they're just like jelly. So,
Okay.
but we've never replaced motors in it back when we had it.
I don't think so, no.
So they must have had trouble out of this before. They might have replaced both sides. This motor is not the original motor. But anyway, I'm going to put a little more grease in here and put this back together, and we'll move on to the next side. Because now I'm curious to know if they replace both sides or just one side.
Okay.
Know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me grab us some grease real quick. You need some of this?
I hope not.
I'm going to add a little bit on here to keep all this lubed up and do it like it's supposed to. Put a little bit in here to hold these nuts in place. Back when we were, I don't know, back when we first started fooling with these Fox bodies, we had to learn all these tricks because we were too broke to afford window motors.
Mm-hmm. Remember the window motors on the Jeep Cherokee, how expensive they were?
Oh gosh, that was terrible.
Oh, Lord. What, like $300 a pop?
Yeah, but how many did we wind up changing?
I know at least 3.
Yeah, when our daughter was born, we didn't have a family vehicle. We bought Jennifer a Jeep Grand Cherokee. What year model was that thing?
I think it was an 02, wasn't it?
02 or 03.
I can't remember.
Charcoal gray. Pretty little Jeep Grand Cherokee. And
I loved it.
you had that thing for years.
Mm-hmm.
And the window motors, I won't say it tore up on our first trip
They would just fall down and wouldn't come
to
back
the
up.
Smokies. I was going to say Ponies and Smokies. Our first trip to the Smoky Mountains, one of them tore up, and either we had to duct tape it or do something to get it back home.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't, I'm sweating, I'm sorry, and my fever busher's bobbing. You couldn't buy just the motors.
Mm-hmm. You had to buy the whole assembly, wasn't it?
You had to buy the whole assembly to go in that door. And I remember That was the most aggravatingest thing to change. And I think you're right. I think we done.
I think one side went out twice. Or maybe it was one of the back windows too.
It was the back window that went out first. I do remember
Well, then
that.
I know both front ones did too, so.
But yeah, that was a total
Expensive.
total pain in the butt. So these are way easier. Then like on square body trucks, on square body trucks and on your Trans Am when we bought it,
Yeah.
the window motor did not work on the passenger side. And just so happened, I had never changed one on a Trans Am or a Camaro, that body style. There was a guy online that had a video showing you where to mark and where to drill the holes.
Mm-hmm.
So I used his template and drilled those holes in your door. And when I did, you could get to everything perfect. So taking the old motor out and putting the new motor back in was so easy after that. And of course, I took me a little die grinding bit and slicked and cleaned everything up, made it look like it was factory. Why they build window regulators and doors that are just impossible to change beats all I ever seen.
Because they want you to take it to the dealership and pay for it that way.
True. Or they just want you to buy a whole nother door.
True.
Yes, sir, my window motor went out. All right, what color is it? Send us the code to the color code and we're going to ship you a brand new door. It'd be $13,000. Instead of changing window motors and regulators, you just had to buy a whole new door. There was a car that a guy I know that was working on that has power windows. And I'm sure some of y'all know because I cannot remember. It was a Buick Riviera, I want to say from the 60s, that had power windows. And it was the craziest thing I ever seen. The outer door skin come off. And that's how you service the motors.
Cool.
So you was able to watch everything work, fix it, and then you put the outer door skin back on.
Oh, that would be cool.
And when he showed me that, I was like, I had never seen nothing like that in my life. But he was telling me how rare it was for that particular car or those cars to have power windows, and that was the only way that you could service. All right, I'm going to tighten this screw down. We're going to go over here and stab this thing back and see if we got a window going up and down.
Okay.
Before I put that side back together. Okay. 3 nuts are in, greased up, put back together. Here we go. Let's just hope and pray that we don't have no issues out of this convertible top no time soon.
Don't say it out loud, it'll hear you.
If y'all remember seeing my buddy Coon on the channel where we pressure washed the transmission at, when we first brought this car home, and y'all remember the story on it, it was a basket case. The convertible top motor did not work. So Coon had an old little cheap Chinese 50cc four-wheeler. And the starter on that little four-wheeler looked almost identical to this motor on this convertible top, which is mounted right behind the back seat here going into the trunk. And it's got 2 hydraulic lines per side wrapping around going to these 2 cylinders that worked. Well, anyway, back then in the early 2000s, 3 or 4, those motors was like $500. And we just didn't have $500 to spend on one. We were barely paying the mortgage back then. We got $500 to spend on one now. What am I talking about?
No, we have to go find you a Chinese motor because we can't afford one now.
So,
but they did replace it while they had it. So.
Oh, they did?
Oh, it's got a brand new top motor.
What?
Yeah. Did you remember they said it finally went out, and I was like, well, I'm glad y'all had to do it. Because they broke the back glass when they were doing it, and that's why the back glass is not tinted no more. Because they had to put a new back glass in it, too.
You wait till I tell Coon. So me and Coon took those two little starter, as they'll fly on me. Me and Coon took those two starter motors apart. I mean, that one starter motor and this convertible top motor, and we soldered and fixed and made one motor and put it all back together. And
it worked for years.
It worked for years.
Worked until we sold it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't know they told you they changed the motor.
Yeah, they said that it went out, and when they were changing it, they accidentally broke the back glass, so they had to replace that curtain back there.
I wonder if the people changing the motor broke the back glass and they had to pay for the glass.
Maybe. Well, I don't know, but that's why they explained to me why the back glass wasn't tinted anymore.
That would have been a costly little repair. And maybe those motors are easier to come by and not as expensive now. But let's hope you got some glass going up and down in this hole here pretty soon.
I hope so.
Because I want to test it before we put all this back together.
Is the battery cable on?
I can't remember if I left it off or put it back on a while ago or not. But I about got these tight. We got some good mounts. Oh, this is mounted too, that's for sure. Okay. Got juice.
Look at there.
Goodness gracious. Look at that poor tint.
I know, it's awful.
Oh my gosh.
But it works.
That thing needs new guides and retint. Oh, that's terrible, baby.
I know. The doors didn't. I think it looks like the doors got so hot that they let go.
Gosh, almighty.
Yeah.
You just want to peel all that off and clean it?
I mean, yeah, but then the window's you're gonna do the whole car, which I don't mind, but.
Well, you ain't got to do the back glass.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Because I want to have it retinted one day anyway.
Working.
It is working. You're so smart.
How much was those nuts?
Like 27 cents or something. Because I got out my card thinking it was going to be like dollars and dollars. Said, oh, it won't be about 50 cents. And it was like 37 or something like that. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. That's a good thing about Tractor Supply is they sell by weight. Or ours does anyway. But one day, good Lord willing, when we get our car running,
we'll have a bolt bin?
We'll have a bolt bin at the same time. Because I spend more time down here digging through buckets trying to find that perfect bolt.
Well, you've got plenty. We just need to hire somebody to come sort them for us. That's what we need.
It'd be a good job for Madison.
I don't want to do it.
All right, let's test her one more time. I'm just glad this switch right here is working.
Oh, yeah, me too. Awesome. We don't look ridiculous anymore going down the road.
You don't have to drive with your top down and your window.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I leave the top up. I ain't doing that. That looks terrible.
Hey, let me borrow that rock. Hell, that looks way better.
That's even worse.
Oh, try your switch on your door over there. You can touch that up too, don't we?
Yeah. It's working.
All right. Moving on to this other one over here. This one is the original motor.
Oh, so they didn't change both?
Oh,
I see. It looks different.
Got the part numbers on it. It's, yeah. That is the original motor. Okay. Let's see here. Try to make things A little easier here. I don't know why I didn't do this on the other side.
What?
I used the range over there.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, this has still got the little dust shield plastic cover around everything over here.
Yeah, I noticed a while ago that this side didn't have one of those little covers.
There's the forward part number and everything. Let's go over here and tear this one down, see what it looks like. See what, since this is original, what the inside of this one is. Which, they both wasn't working, were they?
Mm-mm.
I know this one wasn't for sure. Because I had to help you
Get it
get
down
it
for
up
the
and
parade.
down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a good thing about having a lot of project cars.
Mm.
You never run out of nothing to do. You're either out of money.
That's usually the case.
Yeah. Or there's always something to do.
If we just fix what we got instead of bringing more stuff home.
I can't do that. That takes all my fun away.
I know. I mean, me too. But that's our problem right there.
Well. Oh, well.
Uh-oh, what? I want to see. Yuck. What is all that? Oh, what does that mean? They don't look good at all. What does that mean?
Somebody's already been in this one.
And what? Siliconed it to death?
Nope. They wrapped electrical tape or something around it.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. And the tape.
Has eat up everything?
Wait, look at. They put rubber hose in there.
I don't know who their mechanic was, but goodness. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. It's all in that gear.
Is it going to be fixable?
I hope so. That's grease and electrical tape. Or some kind of. Yeah, that's. So somebody's already been in this one.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, let me find. That's a nasty jump.
Oh my. That is crazy.
Well, we'll have to show them our little 1/4-inch nut trick. Hey, they was in a bind, baby. They was trying to.
Well, it didn't fix it, apparently.
It probably did for a little while. Probably did for a little while. All right. Let me take this outside. I'm going to get some of this nastiness out of here. With the brake clean. So you ain't got to film that. And if you don't mind, go over and cut the air compressor on.
Okay.
All right. So we got all that junk cleaned up, cleaned out of there. Pull a little grease. You need some grease?
No.
In here. Everything could be working smooth. Maybe this in here work as good as that other side.
I hope so.
I heard this motor running, so I know the motor part was good. A little bit right in here on this teeth. Okay. Put a little bit in here to hold those nuts in place. My fever blister feels worse today than it did yesterday.
That means it's getting better.
Looks worse too.
It's a cycle it has to go through.
A cycle?
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's healed by Cruisin the Coast.
It should be.
What if I put some of this grease right here?
You can do what you want to.
Put a little bit of that brake clean on there and straighten it right on out.
Yeah, they say Windex will fix everything.
Windex?
Mm-hmm.
What do I do with my brake cleaner? Did I leave it out there?
I didn't think so.
Well, goodness gracious, there it is. I put it back up. Imagine that. Watch your eyeballs. Oh, you're barefooted too.
Mm-hmm.
That gets on them toes, that's gonna burn.
I felt it.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Teeth and all look good on this. Oh yeah, I think you're gonna be in business, baby doll.
I hope so.
Cruising around with the windows and the top down. Yep. Right in the eyeball. Oh god, that burns. Yeah.
You like getting stuff in your eye, don't you?
Yeah, I'm the world's worst. Have 13 pairs of safety glasses on the shelf and be spraying. The craziest stuff. Okay. Put a little bit on here. Oh, that one.
I saw it move when you was messing with the other one.
Yeah, I was like, what in the world? Now, man. Feel good and snug. No slack. Everything's greased up, ready to go. The question is it going to where? That's not right. Am I not? Am I thinking wrong?
I have no idea. I wasn't watching when you took it apart.
I was thinking that. All right, baby doll. I'm gonna finish putting this back together, and you can pick back up when we're trying it out.
Okay.
So that was Tommy that called.
Mm-hmm.
He's at home working on his square body truck for Cruisin the Coast. Y'all remember Tommy? He come out here and help us do some of that body repair on Jennifer's 55. So he's in the same boat as us. Last minute struggling. All right. Are you ready?
I am.
Key on.
I don't think so.
Come on, dear Lord. Here we go.
Yay!
We have windows, people. For 27 cents, we have windows. Man, that tent looks terrible.
I know. I want to work on that.
All right, guys, we have windows working again. Both sides.
Thank goodness.
I'm going to button all this back up. Some of this interior was missing screws and is cracked. I'm going to try to fix some of this and repair some of this as best as possible where it don't come loose and don't rattle and look like crap. And we'll catch up with y'all here in a little while. But hey, we got windows.
We sure do.
Awesome. Well, guys, it is Thursday night. Quarter windows are fixed. Motors are fixed. Got all this back in here. Fixed some odd end issues that we were having with these panels, but they're all in, secure now. I like how that turned out. And we have moved on to the dash. So, the bezel that goes in here, which is this, as you can see, it's got two screw holes right here. Well, there is nothing here. There's a little piece of something there, but there's nothing there to mount to anymore. So when Jennifer driving down the road, the whole bezel's flopping, the gauge cluster's flopping, everything was just flopping and busted. And I reached out to my buddy Whitney. He got me another gauge cluster because an airbag car is different from a tilt column car. Well, I didn't have one for an airbag car, and Jennifer's has been busted probably since this car got wrecked. I mean, when it took the hit, the dash got busted because the front end got crunched and crinkled and wrinkled. And so I imagine all that happened when this car got wrecked before we bought it years ago. So I have built me some brackets. This one is the left side. I've got to drill this hole right here. This one is the right side. And it's the only thing that I could come up with. This one will mount right here, like this. And then this one is going to go over here and fit in there like that. And they both screw in. So I made these mounts in order to, one, attach the gauge cluster to one side. All the rest of its holes are good. And two, where the bezel will have something to mount to. Because it mounts at the bottom. But these pieces were broke, so I glued some washers on there. You can see how it's busted out. This one right here wasn't busted yet, but I went ahead and glued one on there anyway. I know they sell these through LMR, Late Model Restoration, but they're $200, and we don't have the time to order one. Don't need to spend the extra $200 right now because we're fixing to leave Saturday. But this one will do. It's way better than what she had. Trust me. Her other one, where's it at, Beth? Here it is. So this is the one that come out of her car. And as y'all can see, even though this is not busted up here, this is gone. Nothing. So this thing was just flopping. She would pull her headlights on, and this thing would just flop going down the road. So I couldn't stand it any longer. So we're going to put them mounts in there and get everything lined back up and mount it all, get it in tonight. If I don't cut any more fingers off, I cut my thumb off a while ago. There's a trail of blood from the bench grinder all the way out the door. I was shaping one of those brackets and it sucked it around and it cut right through the nail into the finger. And it has been dripping blood, and I can feel my heartbeat in it.
It makes me nauseous to think about it.
So Jennifer was about to pass out on me.
I'm not good at blood.
So if something ever happens down here and I bleed to death, y'all will find her passed out laying next to me. Even though I died, she'll get up and be like, oh no. So, my wife is not good with blood. But anyway, so that's where we're at. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up, get some paint on the grill, and we're going to start washing and packing everything. And we're going to meet up with some friends Saturday and ease down to Cruisin the Coast. So I don't know what day this video is going to come out on. We're playing it by ear, so y'all bear with us. I'm going to get back to this. I'm tired. All right, so I got my metal brackets that I built. I got them mounted in here. Can you see them, Beth?
Let me get up in here.
There's one right there.
Yeah.
And here's the other one right here.
Right.
So I had to build this in order to have something for the gauge cluster to mount to for that screw right there. But the bezel screws down on top here and here. LMR sells a kit that's supposed to fix that, but your pieces were broke slam out of the dash.
Right.
So there was nothing here to attach those pieces to. So we had to come up with this, which you can see.
It's pretty sturdy now.
This was flopping. It's not going anywhere now. Get all the screws in its right locations. So, I mean, the only thing we could have done to do it right is change the whole freaking dash.
Right.
And I hope it don't come down to that one day, but it might. But anyway, you can see my thumb.
Yeah, it looks really bad. I just hope it don't get infected.
It's super sore. But anyway, I wanted to show you all those little brackets I made in case somebody else runs into this issue before I put this on. So, but that's what they are. And there was some other little small odd end problems that we have been fixing in here, but it all should be good to go. No shaking going down the road.
Oh, it was bad.
Seen that video of Dom on Facebook, Fast and Furious, doing like this going down the road. Says when you drive your Fox body over 75 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what this dash was doing. Anyway, all right, let's get back after it. Well, we're down to the wire like we always are every year. We're leaving today, I promise. I'm having to buff my truck. We was going to a little cruise-in car show a few months ago, and I went by the car wash to spray it off. I didn't have time to wash it. And whatever soap was in that car wash streaked my paint. Can you see that right there, man? How it looks foggy and hazy.
Yeah.
And see, we've already buffed the door.
Much better.
So last year at Cruisin the Coast, there was a tent set up there, a company called, now I can't remember how you say this.
Griots. I have no idea. We're probably saying it way wrong.
Right. So I bought 2 of these buffers, a small one, this medium-sized one, 4 or 5 bottles of the cutting compound and this wax. Now, I'm not cutting, I'm just using this wax. And I'm here to tell y'all, this stuff does amazing. It's real easy to do, it's real simple. I hate buffing, I've always hated buffing. But this here, I'm going to show y'all a spot, show y'all how good it works, how easy it is. Depending on how big of an area, depends on how fast I run my buffer. I just put a little bit on it like that, and I'll just rub it around, kind of smear it where it don't sling everywhere. I'm going to run this on 3 because this is kind of a flat area right here, but I'll hit it and let y'all see it. And you can wait just a few seconds, but this bedside and the tailgate is all we like on the truck. You just come in here and rub it off, and you can see
Oh yeah,
the
great
difference.
difference. Get all those lines out of it.
I see all of the paint streaking and the fogginess that whatever chemical was in that paint is gone. So this is the original paint on this truck. So it's single stage. So there's no clear coat on top of it to help protect things like that, which I know modern vehicles have it. And those car washes or those car wash soaps are designed for modern vehicles and not stuff like this with paint being 53 years old. But anyway, I highly recommend this stuff. So we've got it this time last year. I can't wait to do Jennifer Chevelle Dorothy with this. And what else have we? Oh, the red 91 GT that we took down to Cruisin the Coast
it
last
made a
year.
huge difference.
My buddy Joe come over and brought his setup, and that's what we done that car in. And that's what turned me on to it. And then when I got down to Cruisin the Coast at the swap meet, they had a big giant tent and 18-wheeler trailer set up at the Coliseum. And they were selling this stuff at low discounted prices compared to going to the parts store or trying to order it offline. And so far, this is the same bottle. I have not opened up a new bottle. This bottle's about right here right now. Smells amazing.
It does smell good.
But it goes far. It does good. And this buffing pad is not rough on your car. Say if you bump this piece of trim, it's not going to kill it. It's not going to scratch it. You can get around these edges, like right in here, around the glass. Way easier, way more forgiving than a traditional buff. So, anyway, if any of y'all hate buffing like I do, and you want something safe that works, y'all give that company a try. So, I really like it. But anyway, moving on. We're going to finish buffing the truck. The grill's washed. You want to show them the painted grill?
Oh yeah. Wesley repainted the black part yesterday. And some of it had burnt off. And it looks so good. It looks brand new.
It'll last a few more years.
Yeah, I think it looks really good.
But our plans are, as our friends are coming here to meet us, we're going to finish buffing the truck, hook this up, pack up, take a shower, and when our friends get here, we're going to get on the road, headed down. We're going to meet up with Newbern and Cotton and Dan from Diddy Speed Shop later on this evening or tonight. Chase is going to meet us here from Texas. We're going to meet up with some more friends in Hattiesburg. And we're all going to convoy down that way. So I'm hoping that we're down there before dark. Give time to kind of scout everything out and get settled in. And we got to go get some groceries to cook in the morning. And, Tommy's bringing like a whole case of sausage, like 15 racks of ribs.
Good.
So he's going to meet up with us in Hattiesburg. But anyway, we're going to get on the road soon, y'all. Y'all bear with us, and we'll take y'all along with us this week.
You want to show them the dash?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
You didn't show them that.
The dash is back together and fixed.
It does not rattle.
My thumb here
Oh, it's terrible.
is still pretty rough, but Jennifer peeled all the tint off the windows.
because it looked terrible.
It looked terrible.
Coming off anyway.
It was bubbling.
Peeling.
So all of this is back together. No shaky, no wiggle, no vibration going down the road.
Yeah.
I mean, she'd have to drive down the road and put her hand and hold it like that.
I would have to hold it for sure.
So,
Come to a stop.
all of that is fixed, working, back together.
We're ready to roll. Get our suntan on.
So this has been serviced and washed. The truck's been serviced and washed. We're finishing up on the buffing, and we're gonna put all this together and head out. So I'm sure I'll look really awesome for camera.
Oh yeah, me too.
Wax and sweat and paint. But anyway, we're getting there. What time is it? Like,
I have no idea. I think it's around lunch,
Okay.
12:30ish or so.
so we should be on the road hopefully around 2ish. I think Chase is gonna try to be here around then, which we're not gonna leave until he gets here. So, but anyway, all right, guys, we're gonna finish up so we can get packed up.
All right, bye.
All right, we made it. We're down here on the coast, y'all. Box Body Rose made it. F100 made it. No issues. Jace is here. He didn't have any issues. And Dan and Danny's here. No issues. Newbern's here. No issues. So everybody's here with no issues. So packing up, getting luggage, fixing to go check in, and then we're gonna go cruise the strip. Thank y'all for following along. This is gonna end this video. We'll pick back up tomorrow at the block party. And I don't know when that video is gonna come out. This one's a day late already, or maybe 2 days late.
2 days late.
So all right, guys. We appreciate it. See y'all on the next one.